Good morning and welcome to a chilly one. Just put my gloves on, my fingers are going a bit cold. Out again, I'm in the Peak District again because Wales don't want you in and Scotland's thinking about not letting you in, so I'm in the Peak District. At least Boris is letting us out at the moment. We are at Mam Tor. I've been here a few times, as you've probably seen in the past, but thought we'd get up nice and early, come up in the dark and shoot the classic gate leading into the lone tree, as we call it, back in the distance, with a closed gate. And yeah, we're just sitting here now. I've got a long lens on at the moment because I've shot the shot when it was a little bit foggy and misty, but the fog's been quite heavy and quite dense. But now the light, there's a tiny little bit of light over in the distance where the sun's just come up. The sun's been up about 5 minutes, and so I've got the longer lens on so I can concentrate on the little pathway leading from the bottom left of the image up to the little tiny lone tree on the tops of the fells there, and you can see the peaks. And you've got this little glow in the background where the sun's just almost trying to get through. It's not going to make it through this fog, but like yesterday, you've probably seen the video yesterday from Standard Edge. It changed quite a lot while we were there. And behind you, I've just been running a time lapse and I'll play it now for you, but the clouds to the left hand side are just rolling over the hills and they look absolutely fantastic. So if we can get a little bit of that sort of behind us and around us, that'd be really cool. But I think that's going to stay there. But the light, we don't know what it's going to do. There are some breaks, there are a little bit of breaks in this cloud and this fog, but we haven't got the low fog and it's just a bit in between at the moment. So I'm going to hang around here in the morning, see what we can make of this, and yeah, just enjoy the images as and when we get round to setting them. Going to get a shot of the gate. We are propping the gate open. One of the things we learnt, or I learnt in the camera club, is an open gate is an inviting gate. So if we're having a closed gate in the image, you sort of look into the image and it comes to a gate, so you sort of stop your eye and then you have to force yourself to walk over the gate and lead your eye up through the image. Whereas if the gate's open, you almost look through it and follow the path up. So we're going to prop the gate open and get a couple of shots with the gate open, leading you up through to the pathway. So I'm going to do that now while there's a tiny little speck of colour. I'll flip the lens over. But that colour is probably going to disappear a lot quicker than what I can get my lens on. But we'll give it a go anyway. Right, we're having a little bit of a panic in 5 minutes now. Literally, this is one of those moments where you've got to be looking around 360 because everything's changing. Mam Tor just looks really nice a moment ago because it was almost layered, and if I can just spin you around slightly, you can just see up there that you have these little foggy layers that are just going up and through, and then behind you again still it's just breaking, the peaks are coming through the tops of the clouds, which is quite nice. This scene down here that I was shooting has gone at the moment. The fog's rolled in again, but we've got a little streak of light. I think you saw the best of it when I took it. I'm just going to move my camera slightly, just bring myself a bit further away from this fence. So we've got this fence leading you all the way up to the top of Mam Tor, and then you can just see the top now. F11, focus somewhere in the third of the image, and then this fence just draws you all the way up through the image into the fog. It's just going up into grey. There's no particular colour or anything, but it's still quite a nice shot. But it is literally just constantly looking around all the time because it's changing as the fog rolls around. This down here is looking pretty good. It's just nice. It's just hovering, and we're at the sort of fog line, fog level, if you like. So yeah, just going to keep an eye on it, take a few shots. It's not the sort of thing I can sort of stand here and explain what we're doing because it's just happening when it happens. But like I said, this image, fence from the right hand side, leading you through. You've got the dirty tracks of the pathway on the left, leading you up through the image. And you've got some people in it, and I'll probably clone out some of them, but maybe leave the odd one or two just in it to give a little bit of scale to the to the image. And it is a walking site, so to have a couple of walkers on it's probably not a bad thing. So I'm set up again, move the composition slightly over to the left. There was some trees, or a little cluster of trees in the bottom left hand side of the image, and the fog had sort of laid itself in between the ridges of the slope. So you were getting these nice diagonals coming through the shot with the tree as being a bit of a focal point, a bit of a darker patch in the image. So I zoomed in a little bit closer, and I've had to take the picture before I'm telling you, because you don't get time to take and talk, because it's just happening and then disappearing in a few seconds. So I've taken the image already, zoomed in a little bit of these trees, and like I say, it's just a few stripes and lines of the fog rolling over the ridges, and then the trees being a bit darker. And then I've opened the shot up a bit wider, because suddenly the fog started to clear a little bit higher up, and you just started to see the top of Mam Tor just peeking over the top. So I've opened the shot a little bit wider, and I've got the path leading up and a little rocky pathway leading you up to the top of the slope. So again, it was happening really quick. It's gone. It's completely gone now. It's just fog there. And again, looking behind, before it was leading over to the left-hand side. Now it's coming from the right. So it's changing so much. I don't have time to talk about the images that I've got set up. I'm pretty much shooting at f11 again all the time, because plenty of depth in the image for me. And the fog now is just starting to creep in on us. You can see behind me down here that it's starting to disappear, and there's not a lot, so it's actually coming over towards us and getting thicker. So it might be interesting to see what it's like if it passes us and goes back that direction. It'd be nice to get the gate sort of leading into maybe some thick fog. That'd be quite good, just a little bit different. But I'm certainly in no rush, not going anywhere. And you never know, we might get some magic. Unlikely, but we might. Got to be in it to win it. At the end of the day, I'm here, so if something happens, I'm going to be in the right place. Coffee time. Let's get a coffee. It doesn't really seem like much more is going to happen this morning. I think this is going to be a relatively short video. One of those, we were here and we shot what we had at the time. The lights changed now in front, all the mist has cleared over to the left. These clouds over this side that looked really quite nice, where you've seen a few images of the sort of ridges and everything. That's gone very grey now and very low. It's coming down a bit lower. It's looking greyer and almost wetter. The back end, Mam Tor, and that is all, it's just the same, it's just changing, but it's always the same. There's no actual extra light or anything coming on it. So it's going a little bit subdued and a little bit nothingness. There is a little bit of light over in the background, but not a lot. The sun's come up now behind all that mush. The tree's quite nice. The little lone tree, as you can see down there, sits on the top of the peak, just somewhere around there. It shot quite a lot, the little lone tree, so that's what I've really been concentrating on this morning. Put the long lens on, shoot that with a mist around it, and I've taken a couple with a gate in it as well. But they're very, very subdued colours. The greens are all muted, the sky is just grey. There's no actual anything to give it any pizzazz. Again, I'm showing you them because this is what you get. You don't always get the perfect conditions when you come out. Sometimes you make the most of what you've got. And again, I've enjoyed being here, I've enjoyed being out. And I've not been alone. I've had a couple of people with us this morning, which is quite nice. So yeah, it's just nice being out and just taking it all in. There's no wind. What is nice is there's no wind and it's not raining, so it's just nice to be actually stand there and enjoy it. You've got no rush to get anywhere. You're not fighting the elements. It's just the photography is a little bit muted. But again, if you've never been here before, it's always worth coming and have a look. If not for a recce, just because it's a classic image, and it's a classic image because it works. It looks nice. And the morning's not over until it's over, is it? It could turn into something else. Don't get me wrong, I like these atmospheric, conditions as well. So we'll see what they turn out like in post-processing. But yeah, I'm not going to take many more. Take the odd one or two probably, and then maybe head back home, go and get some breakfast, go and see the wife. I've been away in the van all week virtually, so I think it's time to get home and see Mrs. C. So I'll give it 5 minutes, have a look, see what everything's changing, and I'll come back and check out. Well, I've just managed to get my drone out and have a bit of a play with my drone. It's nice when it's a bit quiet, it's not so bad, you're not upsetting too many people. So I've had a bit of a fly, and you've seen a little bit of footage from my drone just to fill a few minutes of video. I've got another shot. I think I'm going to make this the last one. It's looking nice, like I say, in the distance over there. Look at these lovely little low clouds and stuff, which is pretty cool. I may get the long lens out just to take another couple of them, but there's not a lot going on. Mam Tor behind, you can see here. We've got to walk back over that way in a minute, so there might be a shot up there. We don't know yet. But again, it's just sitting in the fog all the time. There's a little bit of difference there. It's cleared over in the background. You can see the tree now, right on the end there. It's cleared over the background. So I've come up closer to the fence and I've put my tripod leg over the top of the fence so that I can get a lead in line from the path. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my video on, put my camera down like so. I'm just going to switch the video on just to show you what it is I've got set up in the video. So video goes on, and what I've got is this leading path. So you've got a path that leads you all the way down through the image, takes you all the way up to the little gate at the top there, and then down to the tree. There's the lone tree, and on a long lens, if you can just zoom in and get a long lens, which is what I was doing before, so I was just getting that segment in there. And then I've got this fence leading you in from the right hand side and the rocks and that. So the image sort of leads you down through, takes you round and off to the tree and the hills. There's a little bit of colour there and a little bit of colour there, but there's just nothing going on. It's just been a bit, the fog's just been rolling over this sort of side there all morning. So that's pretty much all we're doing. We're going to take the last shot now with that little bit of colour in it, a little bit of low cloud, and I'm going to call it a day. So let's get this shot. Let's just make sure we're not overexposed. Let's flip it back onto stills. We're taking one shot, f11, focused on the pathway just inside. 2-second timer, done. So that's probably my last one for this morning, unless there's anything going on at the top. I might get a selfie with the trig point maybe, but other than that, I'm going to say thanks for watching. And I know it's been quite short and a little bit of a simple video, but again, nevertheless, it shows you where we are and what we've been up to. So till next time, don't forget, like and subscribe, leave us a comment. If you know the locations or you know the area around here and you've got any advice for us or places I ought to go and visit, let me know, I'd love to know. And if you've shot this image before and you've got an Instagram post or something, let me know that as well. I'd love to see your images. So until next time, ciao for now. Don't forget, like and subscribe, tell a friend. Bye. Right, so we made it back to the top of Mam Tor, and there's this big group of people that I just saw coming up the hill, assuming it was someone's birthday and that, but it's not someone's birthday. It's actually a big group of people come up to celebrate the passing of some twins. And as you can see, they've all got the balloons up, and I've just been taking some selfies of them. And I'm going to get someone in a moment to explain what they're doing and why they're doing it, and put it on my video, so it's something to remember them forever and ever and ever. So who wants to talk?
No, I'm not.
Come on, Stella. Come on, Stella. The lighting candle. All you got to do is explain why you're here. Just explain why you're here. You can't, Lynn?
Yeah, Lynn don't know.
Right, the group is Forever Stars.
Yeah.
The group is Forever Stars, and obviously it's not so easy for some people to talk, so I'll do the talking. Are you going to come and talk? Come on, come and say hello. Come and say hello. Just explain to everyone why you're here and what you're doing.
Hello, we're here today, a group of us, because one of our dear friends lost her 2 twins.
Right, so my battery went dead, so we're going to start again. This is Shelley, and she's going to explain what they're doing and why we're up here.
Hiya, we're here today to walking up Mam Tor for a charity called Forever Stars in memory of our friend Rachel's 2 twin boys, Casey Lee and Callan. Oh God, it got way bad again. Callan Lee and Casey Daniel.
It's on the balloons, as you can see.
Yes, and also for Rosalind's daughter Rachel, and for her daughter called B. And we've raised over £1,000 for charity.
Whoa, well done.
And we're here just to remember them and show our support to all the families who are going through very similar things.
Brilliant. So check them out. Check out the charity, and it's, again, what's the charity?
Forever Stars.
Forever Stars. Check out the charity, and I'm sure any donations you can afford,
yeah,
please. It's really good. It's a really good cause. So yeah, well done, you guys.
Thank you.
Right, I'm definitely going now, and I'm going to say goodbye. Ciao. See you soon. You're welcome.